Movie fans, you're back again with Offstage OnScreen, your final movie destination where you can get all your reviews and news about the movies. Now, today we're going to watch a movie I don't know anything about, Final Destination Bloodlines. But that's okay because we have our in-house representative movie reviewer, Robert Nelson, who's going to tell us all about it right after we watch the trailer. And here it is.
Something's got a hold on me here. I must be the
Drinks all around.
said, oh, 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 oh. Something's got a hold on me here.
Broken glass. There's glass in the good, man.
Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
Oh my God.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
Drink the glass.
I held him off for years.
Charlie, get up here.
He's a
There's a lot of
relentless
dangers
son
for
of
a
a bitch.
backyard barbecue.
Won't stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, oh, oh,
They're all Oh my God. It's a bloodbath.
Grandma, what's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Who is this crazy old lady?
I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. Watch out!
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
God, all right, I'm gonna leave it there. That's cray. Let's get in with Robert and find out what the heck is going on with this thing. Robert, talk to me, baby.
Oh my God! You seem in shock.
I wasn't expecting that. Final Destination Bloodlines. I thought it was gonna be like about a video game or something.
Oh man, no. Oh, so you are not familiar with this It's a franchise.
Is it a franchise?
Yeah, it's the sixth film about death, which started back in 2000.
Okay.
And I remember seeing that first film back then. It was with Devon Sawa and the guy from American Pie, Stifler.
Oh,
from
that guy,
American
yeah.
Pie.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Anyway, but he's in that. And that was such a... I remember seeing that and thinking like, oh, what's this? This is some kind of like teen horror thing.
Yeah.
But it was so fresh, the idea. And I was like captivated.
Oh,
like,
I do.
how they get on a plane.
Yes,
and-
I saw that movie. Yes,
Yeah,
of course. And that was really a good movie.
It is. Yeah.
The first one,
he's-
anyway.
Yeah, and he stops. He panics because he has a premonition about the plane exploding. You know, his
Sean
classic
William
window-
Scott.
Sean William Scott, and they get off the plane. A bunch of them and one of the teachers get off the plane. The rest go to Paris, and the plane obviously blows up.
Right.
And they were meant to die in that. And then death tries to chase each one of them in the order they were supposed to die.
Yes.
And they die in these horrific accidental situations.
That movie's 25 years old, by the way.
It is 25 years old. Yeah.
So
and
that's
they
right.
made 5 sequels.
And
And
they've
this is
done
the
5 since, okay.
This is
since
part
then.
6.
I'm a little out of the loop, in case you couldn't
That's
tell.
okay. So yeah, and each episode is the same. It's just a different. The first is the plane one. The second is the freeway. The third one is the roller coaster. The fourth one is the what do you call it? NASCAR racing.
Okay.
And the fifth one is the bridge.
Are they all sort of equally the same? Or are they as good as the first? Or are they just...
I love all of them, but I have my favorites. It's like
Okay.
the fifth one is my favorite. It's so damn good. It's such a well-made movie, and it's such intense thing. And the way they milk things, like in this movie with the piece of glass in the ice,
Yeah.
they so milk it, like who has it, you know, and like
Right,
when
right.
are they're just about to drink, and then
Yeah.
they get a phone call, and it's just it go on forever. It frustrates you, but that's the way they want you to feel, you know.
Right. Those moments in the movie where you're like in the theater where you're like, don't drink that. No,
Yeah.
man. No. You know, everybody shouting out and stuff. Yeah.
And the filmmakers of the Final Destination movies are masters at throwing you to one side, believing you know what's going to happen, and what
Right.
they suggest the danger that you think, all right, well, somebody's going to step on that, someone's going to get that thing in their face or whatever, and it isn't, and it's like, oof, and then they turn around and this
Right.
thing, you know, it's one of those things. They're really good at that.
It's like pulling on a rubber band or something. The
Yeah.
tension and then the snap, tension and snap. Yeah.
And you go to these movies because you want to see the elaborate deaths, how sick that ends, you know, sounds. You just want to see
Yeah.
how are they going to kill the people, you know, and
Right.
it is blood and guts. It's raw. It's in your face, you know, heads chopped off, and but it's
Yeah.
done in a such a wild way that you almost laugh at it. It's disgusting. You know, but you
Right.
kind of like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
those
love it.
whoa kind of
Yeah.
moments, right? Where you go,
Yeah.
oh no, and cover your
Yeah.
eyes. And
Yeah. Yeah. So
there's got to be a specific kind of genre for that. It's where the popcorn flies in the air kind of movie or something. What I mean, I wouldn't,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cover your eyes, and it's not
They
horror so
no.
much. It's suspense, but I don't know. They've got to have a certain kind of
I
genre.
I felt welcome back with this movie because it had been 14 years since the last one.
Okay,
They you know,
right,
between 2000 and 2011, that's 11 years. They made 5 of those films, and then they just stopped.
right,
First 5 was really successful, so I thought they were going to make, you know, they're going to
sure,
continue, but they just stopped, which is in a way good. I thought, like, okay, they made 5 movies, it's enough. I
yeah,
get it. And then now they kind of brought it back again, so which is nice. I just hope it's a one-off thing.
right,
Um, so, and this one is a little bit more deeper going because it takes place not only in present time, but it takes place in before, and it kind of is the beginning of the whole thing. It's not a prequel, but it's
they explain some of the stuff
yeah,
from each
it's
one. Are they
there's a
sort of
premonition
linked?
that takes place in the early 60s or late
Right,
50s that has you know, carries on, and it sort of explains the whole thing in the first movie as well. And so yeah,
okay.
it's
So it
good.
tries to link up all the, but otherwise they're unlinked, right? There's no
Yeah,
central character that reappears, or
you can see this movie without have, but they expect that people that go to see this know the franchise and have seen, you know, what to expect,
right,
and they just pump it up a little bit. I was a little bit I found the whole, there's so many characters in it that
yeah,
I found
you
it
got it.
difficult to orientate myself with whose daughter is whose mother is. So he's
Oh,
the dad to, but she's adopted, you know.
oh, I see.
And it was just like, then I was like, when they spoke about characters, I'm like, who are they talking about? You know,
Right.
I
So you're
got
not
that feeling.
invested. You're not invested in the characters.
Yeah,
That's a problem in a movie like this too. If they can't get you invested, then when they start killing them off, you're like, oh, I didn't know who that was anyway.
yeah. So it maybe has a little bit of that sense, but otherwise, you kind of just want to see how they die.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays, if the African American guy, it's his last movie. He's in all of them. He's
Tony
this kind
Todd.
of Tony Todd. Yeah, he plays like this morgue. He works at the morgue, and he's this creepy, you know, death's coming for you. He has this like, you
Uh-huh.
know, creepiness, and he's like, I think he's in all of them. He might be missing in one of them, but so this is his final performance. I think he died like a year before it was released. So he
Okay.
just finished shooting his stuff. You can see he's ill,
Yeah, he doesn't. He's
completely
very thin.
thin, like bones, and because in the first one he's a buff guy almost.
Right.
So it was sad to see that, but he nice to see him anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So there is kind of they do have one character that's pops up
Yeah,
throughout.
that's sort of linking the whole
Right.
thing.
You got to have that.
It was nice. It was nice that they placed the opening in the 50s in that glass tower thing, And
Right.
I don't want to spoil too much, but that lady, she says in the trailer that the old lady, that was when she was young, she stopped from a lot of people dying in that, and then that has
Right.
transferred to her, and she has like hidden herself for all her life in this cottage where she can't be heard. She never goes out,
Right.
and then her daughter and their children are connected to her, and that's why they have to die, because she was meant to die from the beginning in that
Oh,
tower,
right.
and she didn't. And they're trying to link it, and then you die in the order that you were supposed to die. And if you trick death, then
Right.
you jump one person, so the next person is in danger. So you have to
Right.
trick death every time, otherwise the next person in line will die. And it's very the whole network is very well thought out.
Sounds very meta.
Yeah, I for the first film, for being like a kind of like a teen
Yeah.
kind of, like it came out, in the time of Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer and Urban Legends, and I thought it was going to be like, again, like some kind of killer with an axe that's gonna sort of
Yeah.
hunt teenagers, the old thing. But this was like fresh. It's no person, it's death that's
Yeah.
hunting you, and that's good.
Yeah.
As an idea.
Yeah. They skip the middleman,
Yeah.
as it were.
And I don't really have too much more to say about it. It fulfills its duty. It's nice to see it back again on the big screen after so many years. It's not my favorite one. It's sort of in the middle. My favorite is still part 5,
Right.
followed by the first one, and so on. This is sort of third, fourth, maybe out of.
Well, it seems good. It
6.
seems like a popcorn movie. It seems like the kind of thing that has a fan base, and it's a little bit. It goes above the horror, just strict, like you said, horror genre. So you get a little bit of thought into it and a little bit more suspense. So you got to kind of think things through, and you get maybe you don't get so invested in each character, but you get invested in the process of the.
And the deaths are, the thing that sells these movies, and you kind of, because they all die in sort of accidental ways, and that's more fun than a guy shooting someone and being
Right,
hunted.
that's true. Yeah.
It's like a ladder falling into your face, or being split in half by wires because there was a short circuit. It's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is,
I think it's more suspenseful for sure. I mean, I'm not a horror genre guy, but I would watch this opposed to, like you said, like an axe murderer hunting people, because it's, you're gonna check out off your mortal coil someday.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
I just got to add one thing. When I studied in FAMU, Prague Film School, my exam film was called The Miracle. There was one scene where a young guy is hit by a truck.
Right.
He's having an argument with his father on the street, and he doesn't look. He's backing away, screaming as that, blah blah blah, and then the truck hits him, and that's a total ripoff from Final Destination, where one of the girls in that film also has an argument with a boyfriend and just say, "Hey, fuck you," and then the bus.
Which film came first?
Well, the Final Destination came first, and then my movie.
Okay. Oh, your
My
thesis
movie,
was, you
I ripped
stole
it
from
off.
Final Destination.
Yeah.
What you're saying on your
Yeah.
show, on your film called The Miracle.
Yeah, because I was so
understand.
fascinated, and I was like, I gotta do that.
I gotta
wanna
do that bit.
scene.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Let's call it an homage.
Yes, okay. Yes, that's fine. I'm good with that.
There we go. Thank
right.
you, Robert. Final Destination, Bloodlines. There we have it. Not horror, not thriller, something in between, but still worth a good watch if you just like to be scared with a big bowl of popcorn. We'll see you next time on Offstage On Screen.